Okay. Here's part 2. I'm going to give it a minute. I don't know why that did that. But it sure cut right off. And stopped. Right in the middle. Okay. See if we can get this one finished up. And I'm also gonna address your soy melts, okay? But I want to show you how to use this based on just one title that I found. But what this is going to show you is that where I told you how to rearrange that title will end up being a longer tail keyword, and it has a higher conversion rate. But yet, the way Etsy search works, it pulls the wording out of there for the shorter keywords, so that you show up in so many more searches based on this. And it tells you down here the related searches that pull from that long tail keyword that you will show in, and the competition and all of that and the trends for it. So by using the longer phrase, you may potentially end up with more sales because it filters and gets those people looking for that exact item, but it also gets for the smaller searches too. I'm going to add this and just see what happens, but this may take us to no results at all. Then I'm going to go back and look at your wax melts, okay? See, by adding gift set on there, that just puts it into a whole different realm where you don't get any search data. So sometimes things like gift sets, when you're doing your research, you have to take that off because it kind of, it throws your results, because that's not always something a customer's going to type in to look. I'm going to go find some of your wax melts now. And we're going to look at those. If you're there, Sarah, let me know. Okay, where's the wax? Here's your wax melt. Okay, fresh cut grass scented soy wax melt. Chances of somebody actually typing in fresh cut grass scented are fairly slim. They may possibly type in grass scented. I don't know. But that's not going to be your main focus on getting these wax melts found. Okay. First, you're going to box of 10 scented wax melts. Natural soy candle melts. Gift for her. Now, gift for her is something I'd put in the tag, not the title. It's, first of all, going to give you a redundancy. You're going to have too many commas, and it's just too broad of a term. You don't need to put gift for her in there. It's much better suited to be put in the tag. Just because it's such a high, it's just too much competition for it. You want to show up in that thing, but that's not what I would focus on in my title, because it has nothing to do with candles. Okay? So I'm going to take this title that you've used here and search it. Then again, there's only one of these in stock, when I know good and well when you made them, you made more than one, than 4. So you're going to want to have that there's more in stock. Trying to read what you have. Yeah, and people, I can see where you got tons of sales with that. with the joke candles with random titles. Because what people are pulling up candles and they happen to come across, they're searching for the soy candles and they happen to come across those things because you showed up in the search for soy candles and it caught their eye. That it was a joke candle or whatever, and that's probably why, because it was something different out amongst the thousands of other regular candles. So that's probably a good thing to have when it's something like that that catches their eye. I'm gonna check this one here. We're gonna see how this pulls. And let's see what happens. My guess is it may pull nothing, and it doesn't. I'm going to take that part out and let's see what it pulls. Nothing. Fresh cut grass scented is not pulling anything at all from that. But scented soy wax melts should pull us something. I hope. And it does. Scented soy wax melts is a long tail keyword. It says low engagement, high competition. And it's going to give you down here another list of long tail keywords that are good. So your main thing that's going to get you found in the searches for your wax melts is the scented soy wax melts. The fresh cut grass part's not going to get you anywhere. It's fine to have it in there, but when people search, they're going to search for scented soy wax melts. What I would do to get better search results is have scented soy wax melts. Actually, I might put box of 10 scented soy wax melts, comma, grass scented. I'm going to try that. If you just use grass scented soy melts or something, that may pull more results than fresh cut grass. I mean, I think having the grass scented in there is okay, but I don't think that's going to be a high search phrase at all. So scented soy candles in there and scented soy melts is what's going to get you found in the searches in your title. The scents, having the scents in there, what scented is fine. I honestly think my focus would be more for the titles as far as that goes, is having scented soy wax melts, natural soy candle melts, and then have box of 10 grass scented melts maybe. The box of 10 and the smell is not going to be what gets you the searches, because that's not likely what someone's going to search for. Now, if it was lavender scented, it's more likely to pull results. The grass scented is not, because it's not the first thing somebody's going to search for, and I think it's just because of the smell. I would never have thought to search for grass scented soy melts. So I think that's what the issue is with this one. But the main thing in the titles for the soy melts is going to be scented soy wax melts and natural soy candle melts are the two main things. I would take out gift for her. I would concentrate on every title having scented soy wax melts and natural soy candles. And then the last thing, put box of 10, whatever scent, wax melts. Box of 10 fresh cut grass scented wax melts as the last thing, because it's not your main search. It's not what's going to get you seen the most. So you want to have your high search phrase in the beginning of the title. Or then again, you may want to put it first and then use the other after it. And that way your thumbnails will show the scent. It's not going to be the main. I'm just debating on, because the scent, the soy wax melt's what's going to get you to the front of the search faster than having the scent in there. But I'm going to say, for the sake of the fact that catching the eye of somebody that's looking something different, to put the fresh box of 10, I would put fresh cut grass, box of 10, scented wax melt first, soy wax melts second, natural soy candle third. Take out gift for her altogether. Make the gift for her or candle gift for her, however it'll fit in the tags only. And not use that in the space of the title. But I think that's going to work better, so that the last two phrases of the wax melts are identical. You've got this perfume dupe type scented candle melt. You know, in order to show better in the searchers, you're going to have the titles almost the same. The heart-shaped, okay, orchid scented heart-shaped wax melts. Or either just say floral scented wax melts. Then you can use floral scented wax melts for every kind of floral one you have, and you don't have to keep changing what smell it is. You can have that somewhere in the attributes or the tags, but or you could just have orchid scented box of 10 heart-shaped orchid scented wax melts. The velvet orchid, you don't need that velvet part. That's not important. But see, this title and the title for the other wax melts should be basically the same. Soy wax melts. They should both basically say, looking at your other ones, because they shouldn't all be different. You want them all to show. See, here you've got scented wax, soy wax melts. This title's, all over the place. Scented wax tarts, candle melts. You've gotten them all different, so they're not going to show in the same searches. And in order for you to be seen better in the searches, they're all going to have to be in the same searches. That way, you want all your wax melts to every one of them. If you have 10 or if you have 100 wax melts, all to be in the same searches. That gives you more presence in that search. It makes your shop have a higher relevancy in the search. So you want them all to be in the same. You do not want these titles for these to all be all over the place. I understand that there are groups and people that tell you want all the titles to be different. Hockey on that, because if they're all different, then you only have the one set of wax melts showing in that one title, in that one phrase area, and your lonely one little thing is in there with 100 million other ones from other sellers. You want all of yours to work together to get your shop to be more relevant in that search. So you want all your soy wax melts to have soy wax melts or scented soy wax melts in that title. You want them all to have scented wax tarts in that title. I don't even know, and here again is where you might need 2 different listings with 2 different titles to get seen even better. But you can say something like scented soy wax candle melts. Something so that you're making the phrase have multiple wording so that when Etsy searches it, it could pull it into about 5 different searches. Instead of having each listing be completely different and all your items showing in 5 different searches, you have to find a way to make each and every listing all show in those 5 different searches. And part of the way you do that is by grouping the wording together. Scented wax tarts, okay. Soy wax melts. Well, you've got wax in everything, so you don't need to repeat wax every time. You've got wax melts twice. So black pomegranate, scented soy wax melts, comma, wax tart candle melts, comma. You don't need, you could shorten this title. I'm going to have to sit down and just really look at all of what you've used, because there's a way to do it so that every one of these shows up in the exact same listings, same searches. And I've got so many different thingies pulled up here. I see here you've got tropical watermelon scented soy wax melts, box of Ken scented wax melts, candle melts, 4 oil burners, birthday gifts. You don't even need the 4 oil burners in here, or birthday gifts. So what you've got to do is rework this a little bit, okay? Because you want every one of your wax melt titles should be basically the same, except for the smell, pretty much. That way, every one of them shows up in the same searches. And because there's so many good searches that you could use, and you're working on a limit of having 3 good search phrases per title, and there may be 6 good search phrases you could use. You may have to duplicate the listing and have 2 titles for each item if it's going to get you to show up in different searches. If having a duplicate of the listing with 2 separate titles that have this item show up in different places, it's fine. You could do titles so one has 3 search phrases, and then the other title for the exact same item has 3 more search phrases. And then you're going to show up in way more areas, and you're going to get way more views that way. What about the tags? The tags you're going to have, you don't necessarily have to have, you don't have to have the exact phrasing that you use in the title in the tags. Wax melts, soy melts, wax tarts, pomegranate melts, however it fits. And if it's a good search phrase, then split it into 2. It's fine. The part that gets you in front of the customers the most is what's in the title. The tags help with that, but the title is the most important part. And you just break it up in the thing, and break it up long tail keywords. It's fine, because the way Etsy search pulls, it's still going to find you, and it's going to put you in those good searches. So even if you break it up, it's fine. There's no, it tells you to break it up. They tell you, but you don't need to use single tag words, okay? Because if it's used, even if you have to break up a phrase, if you've already used that single tag word like melts in another tag, you don't need to put it by itself. That's redundant, okay? It's already used. So you don't need to list it separately. You don't need to have it as a separate single word tag. That's where you get on Etsy Rank gives you a ding for, is because you have soy wax melts here, and then you're trying to put vanilla soy wax melts. Well, you don't put vanilla soy and then put wax melts again, because you've already used it as a tag, included in somewhere else. If it's included in one already, you don't put it down a separate time. But I think that's where you're getting confused, is thinking you have to do that, and you don't. You don't need to use it word for word, and you don't have to separate it into separate tags. I'm going to think about this a little more, but you need to think about this. Research what the good phrases are, and if you come up with enough to make 2 separate titles for everything, and then you can list all of your soy wax melts with 2 separate titles, that's fine. It'll get you seen better. But you want to have the titles for every one of your soy melts matching, and the only thing different in them is the scent, so that they all show up in the same searches. And even if you end up with 2 separate titles and they all show up under the 2 separate titles under 6 different search phrases, that's great too. You more views and more chance to sell. But the way to show up better in that search is to have them all in the same searches, not the way you have it now. They're all showing in different searches. You've got a multitude of different searches going on, and they're not all showing in the same place, and they should be. So before you start listing anymore, figure out exactly what you want that one title to be for all of them. And then all you got to do is go in and add the smell, tobacco and vanilla. Sounds like my uncle's pipe tobacco. You know, new home gift for her, Christmas gift, things like that. You don't need to put in the title. Those go just in the tags. You're wasting title space for that. So think about that. See if you can regroup it so that you get titles that work for every single thing. Then you just have to duplicate, change pictures, change scent. That's it. You're making it too hard on yourself. You're making it take too long. If you get a title that has 3 good search phrases that fits all tarts, and all you got to do is add the smells, duplicate, repeat, duplicate, repeat, duplicate, repeat. You just have to add the smell. That's what you want to do. It's going to save you a ton of time by being able to copy listing and just change pictures and change smell, add the smell. And then you're going to have them all showing in the same places. And don't do anything else until you figure that out and do them all. Then you can sit down and do it, because what you're doing now is adding things on, and then you're going to have to go back and fix it. And in order to reset it, make it show in the right place, you're going to pay 20 cents again. You don't want to do that. You want to do it so that once you get it set, then it's done, and you're not having to change it and repeat or repay. So sit down and get your title out, send it to me, and let me see what I think before you list any more of these. And then what you're going to do is do the copy, duplicate listing, and change the smell. My mom just got here, so I'm going to go. I hope that's helped you understand a little better, and maybe how to check this on eRank here will help you. And I will get back with you later, but I need to talk to my mom, and then I got a few orders to do. So I will talk to y'all later. I hope that helped you, and I'm going to cut out.